There are rising fears that France will suffer an onset of violence on the streets as nationalists in Corsica become increasingly fed up with the French establishment. French President Emmanuel Macron will visit Corsica on Tuesday, amid growing fears that the trip will be overshadowed by mass disruptive protests. 25,000 people took to the streets yesterday in the capital Ajaccio in a show of strength aimed at forcing the French president to grant the Mediterranean island greater autonomy. Getty French President Emmanuel Macron will visit Corsica on Tuesday and a major threat to the integrity of France. Nationalists from other parts of the country appear to join forces to march in solidarity with Corsica. Protesters in the southeast of the country march with Basque flags while others called for the emancipation of Savoy, the region that passed from Italian to French rule. The Corsican separatists, who previously waged a violent campaign against the French state, laid down the weapons in 2014 and took to political campaigning. They have since won an absolute majority in the Corsican Assembly, which has raised expectations that Paris would declare Corsican an official language alongside French, devolve control of local budgets to the nationalist-led regional government, return jailed militants to Corsica and introduce regulations to prevent outsiders from buying holiday homes on the island. However, Gilles Simeoni, a leader of the nationalist separatist alliance Pia Corsica for Corsica, warned of a return to violence if Paris persists in ignoring nationalist aspirations. He said, "Some people are now telling me, if winning elections does not even get us to hold talks on what we gave you a mandate for, it means democracy is a dead end. To go from there to saying bombs are more effective than votes is something I don't agree with, but which at some point could be validated by a number of people." Thursday, November 16, 2017, protesters clash with riot police officers. To go from there to saying bombs are more effective than votes is something I don't agree with, but which at some point could be validated by a number of people. Gilles Simeoni. Protesters added that a return to violence could not be excluded if the voices are not heeded. The crowd chanted, "Long live the independence struggle and kill a French state." However, Mr. Macron risks causing outrage in mainland France if he grants concessions to the nationalists on a trip intended to mark 20 years since the assassination of France's top official on the island, Claude Erignac, at the hands of separatist militants.